Hi, and welcome to this episode of GameDevCast. You are joining us today for our very first video podcast. So Tanner, Victor, and Chris are all here. Well, hi everyone.
Hello! Hello.
Hey, so Chris is an artist at Ubisoft Massive. He's currently working on The Division.
Indeed.
Tanner is the owner and founder of GameTextures.com. Welcome, Tanner.
Hey.
So, and Victor is the artist for Quixel and for Dedo, of course. So, if you're ever wondering who makes the awesome stuff that gets featured on the Polycount weekly recap every single week,
it's all of us. No, just kidding.
So yeah, Quixel, he's the guy who makes the art, so it's pretty awesome. I'm the host of this podcast. I work and I live in Bruges. As you can see, my apartment around here, so my very own apartment. Yay. I'm a technical artist and I'm working on an educational game. So let's get this thing off the ground then. GTA 5, first topic. It's still in the news because apparently they have seven world records.
Yeah.
Wait, which ones? I haven't heard that stat yet.
Do you know which ones?
Yes, I have a list somewhere. Let me just search for it. I know it's one of the things that it's the fastest selling entertainment product ever. It's the fastest product ever or entertainment product ever to make over $1 billion. I think it's the most copies of anything entertainment-wise sold ever for a single product. Also the most viewed trailer ever for an entertainment product. So let me just GTA 5 world records. Let me just see. 7 Guinness World Records. Let me just see here. It's on IGN. Or Smash Break 7. There we go. So there's the list. It's the best-selling action-adventure video game in 24 hours. Best-selling video game in 24 hours. So, like, overall. It's the fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion US. It's the fastest video game to gross $1 billion US. It's the highest grossing video game in 24 hours, highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours, and the most viewed trailer for an action-adventure video game. Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, they got all their money back in the first day, like.
in the first 4 hours. 4 hours.
Just the pre-orders, and they were like, it's fine.
Yeah, we're golden. It's like, you guys want to go on a vacation? Yeah, just go to Hawaii or something. Book a 5-star hotel. It's on us.
Imagine the celebrations over there. That must have been awesome.
Maybe just like with Blizzard, like every time they have a celebration, it's like 3,000 bottles of champagne.
Is that true?
Well, every time I see a picture from a celebration over at Blizzard, it's like a huge row of tables full of bottles of champagne. Like the Diablo 3 launch was just every single person that ever worked on the game got I think every single person got a bottle or something. I don't know. It's like
everybody must have been just wasted. That's
most likely. But it did seem like there were enough bottles over there to at least have one bottle a person. So. Wow. Yeah. The people have money, so.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a profitable industry.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I think I'm most surprised by the most viewed trailer of all time.
Yes.
Yep.
Record.
Yeah.
That must be a couple, like, most viewed trailer of all time. That must be more than a couple 100 million. Then it must be over 2 billion then.
Most viewed trailer for an action-adventure video game.
Yeah, so that kind of narrows it down. So maybe not most viewed video ever. A couple 100 million probably. So, but still, it's for a trailer. So.
Did you guys get to play online at all, or have you? You don't even have a console, do you, Mattias?
I do not, but this week I will. I will get one.
Man, moving up in this world.
Yeah. Right at the end of the generation. Yeah. So,
you're too late, man. It's like in like 2 weeks, the next one will land. It's like a boom.
I'm like the generation too late. I'm like 8 years behind. But yeah,
the online part is pretty cool actually. It's just I had to create I think 5 or 6 characters before I could even play.
I don't know why you did that, man. You should have just waited.
Did you?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was just too much fun to get disheartened by getting a character deleted. I just made a new one and retried.
Yeah. Did you lose any characters? Or
Hmm?
did you have any experience with the server errors that actually made you lose characters? Because there was apparently data loss somewhere.
Well, I managed to play like 1 or 2 hours, then I just shut the game down. Then my character was deleted.
Okay.
One character actually turned out to be like he had a female head,
What?
yeah, and a manly haircut,
Nice.
a woman's body, and man legs. It was just
Yeah, that
super
sounds
weird.
about right.
Yeah.
That's even
Sounds like
worse than
Saints Row.
Saints Row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So.
That's a great bug.
Yeah, I'm
I
actually
haven't even
getting
had a chance to play
console
it.
this week just for GTA 5, and also for The Last of Us and Beyond Two Souls and Uncharted series. Even though that's like pretty long gone, but still, I mean, I want to play those games.
Yeah, man. You should definitely
You
play
should.
Uncharted. I think
Yeah,
you can
you
get
should.
those in like the collector box now that just has all of them.
Yeah, like in my local supermarket, there's like a huge pile of boxes containing PS3, so they're like 500 gigabytes, and they're like ridiculously
nice.
cheap. It's like 250 euros or something. So that's I don't know what they came from, but it's not that much for 500 gigabyte PS3.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It'll last you forever. I've had mine since launch, really.
Wow.
I don't ever use it. I mean, I use it for like Uncharted and The Last of Us when those come out. But what I've played like 6 or 7 games on it. Maybe it just sits there.
Yeah. So it's just for the best games out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Whenever I want my mind blown, I go play my PlayStation.
Yeah. So have any of you guys played Beyond Two Souls already, or just stick to GTA 5 for now?
I haven't played it. It's been mixed reviews, right? I'm a little bit on the fence where as to get it or not.
Well, I have a feeling that I've already seen most of the game, because like every single video they've released so many videos, and every single one is like over 10 minutes or over 20 minutes long, and there's like every single video they've released. They released so many videos that I think it's just a movie.
I don't get that, because it's like you've like seen the whole game already.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of goes beyond what they release for movies and trailers. It actually, it's like they would release huge parts of the movie already before launch. So because there was like a 30-minute gameplay demo, which actually revealed 30 minutes. That's usually kind of a large part of the game. So
I think the last thing I saw from it was E3 like 2 years ago.
yeah.
Really?
But Mattias, you kind of go out of your way to spoil games for yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
you do,
or
man.
watch all the Let's Play videos.
Yeah, I do. I have avoided watching too much for. There's not a single game that I can think of.
You just watched them all.
Yeah, probably.
Good way to do it, though.
No, I think I have avoided one of the games that I bought. I did avoid watching anything for is Rayman Legends. I avoided watching anything for it until I had all of the music levels beat. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's a weird game to avoid, though, man.
Yes.
It's like, I didn't want to see any gameplay from Guitar Hero because it would spoil it for me. It's like, it's way
Off
arcadey.
limits.
Oh man.
I don't know. I like it. That's great, man.
But I have played a little bit of GTA Online. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed so far because it's a lot of server jumping between instances all the time, which is annoying.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
really?
when you play like in a with random people. But when you play with friends, it's usually like you have your own server.
Yeah,
and you can
but
invite
like,
people in there.
but when you go into or enter missions or whatever or races, it creates like another instance that you all join or something.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So
I know the
if you decide to leave that, you could end up in another server and stuff. So I don't know. It's a
that's
little
really
bit weird.
weird.
So if you play with I played with my twin brother, and we both joined like a deathmatch or whatever, and then we both quit it, but we still ended up on different servers. So we had to rejoin each other, and it's just small stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's sort of hiccups that occur when you release a full an online game on this scale, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys realize you were playing in a different server?
Yeah,
after the deathmatch? Okay.
Yeah, we did. But it's
Okay.
like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping that all the events, cause like you get this chance to invite people from the server you start in, like, oh, we're doing a race, come and join us, kind of, and then
Huh.
that race gets its own instance if people want to stay, like. So I mean, I was really hoping that it would take place in the same world without no server changing.
Oh, that's really weird. I had no idea that there was server hopping like that.
Yeah, they have. It's a little bit annoying. I don't mind it unless, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Sounds
wish
pretty
they had like
disappointing.
the first hour I played or so. It was I really wanted to rob banks, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
That's for a later date.
it's for a later date. So I'm like, okay, so why am I even playing? I don't know.
Mm.
So you can't rob banks yet?
Nope.
No.
You can rob like 7-Elevens.
Yeah, and it's weak. Oh, I want to rob banks, but I'll wait. I'll just wait and play it later.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it or grind the
Yeah.
game or something, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
I love 7-Eleven, man. I'm glad that you can rob that. That sounds great.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. Do you guys have 7-Eleven over there? I don't know.
We do.
Not in
Yeah.
Belgium. Not as
Belgium.
far as I know, at least. We may, but I don't know of any. So
Mm.
yeah.
I can't imagine a 7-Eleven in Bruges.
Me neither.
That'd be pretty sweet, but it'd be weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Just take the stature of the city down a little bit.
Well, you would have to fit inside of the old building since everything is like UNESCO World Heritage. So
Oh,
yeah, it's like everything is protected. You can't even change the windows to have double glassed windows. So you don't get double glassed windows. You cannot change it.
So you're doomed to live in the medieval ages just because you made some nice buildings in the medieval ages.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly the
Yeah, your apartment looks like it's middle, like Stone Age.
Well, luckily,
power, right?
luckily I'm not in an old building, so mine was built
Oh.
back in the 90s or something. It's like an apartment building, but still.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Looking man.
But have you guys finished Grand Theft Auto yet, or?
Yep.
Yeah.
All of
Took
you
about 35 hours, I think.
Okay, cool. What do you think?
Whoa.
Have you guys played it? Or we're not? Maybe we shouldn't spoil it for people in general. It's good though, man. I really like
good.
it. Oh, you
we can
haven't
talk
played it
vaguely
yet?
about it.
Oh my god! So let's have a podcast. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, exactly.
All right,
It's like,
all right. Without getting too much into the story, I really enjoyed the amount of parody and just
Yeah.
It was
amount
kind
of
of
commentary.
blunt though.
Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of finesse. It was just bang, head on.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was kind of, as I said, blunt. Kind of took away from it a little bit.
It wasn't a thinking game.
so there's a lot of humor involved in general story.
Yeah.
Yeah, violence
Yeah, violent humor. I don't know.
equals humor, stomping people's faces.
Oh right, yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
I don't know. You can kind of tell the story wasn't written by like the Last of Us guy or like
Oh,
Ken
yeah,
Levine
yeah.
or whatever, like
Yeah.
any of these guys who are famous game writers. But
I think
Yeah, I
it
mean,
was all right. I mean, I wasn't expecting a great story or anything.
Well, in the end, it's a sandbox game, so you're really meant to have fun and not really take anything really seriously, since that's pretty much what all the fuss is about, really. So
Mm.
oh,
I think
that's
it's
good.
really impressive how they like had managed to have 3 main characters and the switching in between.
Mhm.
I think that was really good, really well made
Yeah.
actually.
Franklin was the only boring person though.
Frankie?
I really enjoyed Trevor and Michael, but like every time I had to play as Franklin, it was like
I think Franklin was the most relatable one because he's
it
kind of
was so boring. It was like a ghetto guy that didn't want to be ghetto and just being. It was just kind of a regular guy.
Yeah, he's a regular guy.
isn't that
He-
the
yeah.
guy who constantly plays games? Or
He had no
whatever?
depth. He had no depth.
Yeah, no
It's
depth
just
at
like-
all.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's not him. It's the
Yeah.
one of the main characters.
Oh yeah, so you never play as the guy who plays all the games.
No, it's
Okay.
it's a son of one of the
Oh, yeah,
main
okay.
characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although that guy does have some funny moments.
Yeah, he's
Michael's
hilarious.
children were pretty hilarious throughout the entire.
Oh god, yeah, but so annoying though, man. I'm never having kids. I just want to
Running around to like a big mission. It's like they're calling, asking for help. It's like no.
Oh god.
Yeah, those were the worst.
Yeah.
Come rescue me! I have a stalker.
Can't you see I'm busy with this hooker? See, face cam. See, selfie. She's doing the thing. Okay, leave me alone, kids.
Yeah.
It was good.
That part, the enjoyable parts of those were they're like, don't kill him at the end, and you're just like, yeah, dead.
Nice.
That was good. Nobody tells me not to kill somebody in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty annoying sometimes, but when they fit into the main story, I thought they were pretty funny
Yeah.
and horrible.
So pretty much it's safe to say that the sales figures don't only speak for themselves. They're actually justified that it sold that much of copies since it's just a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even seen like people return it to the stores or whatever, but you know,
Because of violence.
GameStop and stuff like that. And I don't know. I don't get why. It's really good. I mean,
Well, there's a bunch of fuzz going on about violence and stuff, which I don't really want to talk about since it's not really worth discussing.
We've
no.
discussed quite a few times in this podcast.
Yes, and like it's an internal discussion, so it's like kind of useless.
Yeah.
It's a game, so. But yeah, it's a lot of fuss going on about it, and I guess some people actually do take offense at what happens in the game, and that's their choice. So.
Yeah.
Yep, it's their choice indeed.
On to brighter news, though. We have something that Valve has been doing. We have the Steam box that's been released. Not really a Steam box. We have Steam OS and
Steam Machine.
The Steam machines. Yeah, that's what that was called. Which is pretty much what the Steam boxes were being called by. It's just Steam box. So, and then we have the controller as well. So.
Yeah.
I was kind of excited about the controller, to be honest. Now that we've seen it in action, like Valve have actually released a video of the controller in action. So, I'm actually
you
It was
see
a,
that?
it was a
It was
very
the
nice
photo.
video. It was a very nice video because they were actually really brave when it came to the games they showed it on.
Yes. I was interested to see how fluently he could actually control Civilization 5.
Yeah, by what was it like he? No, yeah, that was in Ticket Papers, Please when he actually like used both pads
As a mouse.
for the mouse. Yeah,
that was
dragged
really
it over to the other. Yeah.
I think
So
the
you guys,
customizability is a
overall-
big thing.
Yeah. You guys are impressed by this then
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Well, the controller I'm impressed by. I really want to try. I want to try it out. Steam OS is obviously a move towards the living room, where they kind of want to take a part of the market over to sort of get a part of the market that consoles have.
Yeah.
Because they have a large base of games that they can release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unify things, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a
want to
unified
unify.
thing. Yeah, and it would be very nice to have a sort of unified platform for PC games finally, since if the Steam machines are actually machines that hardware manufacturers can then sort of target their hardware towards, or maybe the software programmers can focus on, that you can actually have a communication where you have a standardized platform and everyone can aim towards that platform, and then the hardware manufacturers know what they have to aim for to go above that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus it's just Linux, right? I mean, that's super easy for
It's
everybody.
pretty much it's just a PC with a new OS on.
Yes.
I mean, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna get the controller, use it on my PC, just like instead of using my 360 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm not belittling it in any way. It's just I'm not that interested in the OS itself or the Steam machines.
I'm just interested in how accurate you can be with it. I mean, would you be close to using, like, does it feel like using a mouse, or is it like, can you compete like in Counter-Strike or whatever?
I can't remember the terminology, but I think he said that joysticks are relative,
Yeah.
or I mean absolute. Like you move from like 0 to 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the pads on the Steam pad, whatever it's called, is like it's absolute.
Yes.
Wait, now I'm mixing. Yeah.
Relative.
Yeah, relative, exactly. Yeah.
Relative,
so
okay.
yeah, you can just like keep like just with a mouse, you can like lift it up and keep moving it to the left, lift it up, put it down, lift it up, put it down. So it's pretty much like using using a mouse and customizable buttons on the other one.
Yeah, it's fully
and
mappable,
and it's kind of tactile. Like you can. What was it? It said like you can make it feel like buttons on the surface or something. Like when you touch it, it kind of vibrates or something.
Oh yeah. Like the entire surface can act as a button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wonder if I could set it up to work with Maya.
I think so.
That'd be pretty sweet, right?
Well, since it's fully mappable, then it should be completely customizable to work properly with Maya, and I'm pretty sure that someone will eventually kind of do that. So.
Why?
I don't know.
Maya works really well with a trackball. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before.
No, I never tried that. I tried. I used a Wacom for a good while, but
yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool if you could like pan and rotate, and then I don't know. The A button is like extrude. I don't know. I think that.
How would you select faces? Like you would control the mouse with like, one of the handles. I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want it to
like
happen.
so many menus in Maya. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I don't know.
We'll
Yeah.
have to get one of these awesome tech artists.
But it also comes back to like it needs to be precise, right? You need to be able to hit those vertices.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
yeah, I mean, as long as it's more accurate than the 360 controller, I'm really happy because now I'm just using the 360 controller for like third-person games and side scrollers.
Yeah.
And if it's a first-person shooter, I just use my mouse and keyboard. So if that gamepad works for both first-person shooters and the rest of other kind of games, it's gonna be like the only thing I use.
Yeah, I
Well-
can't wait to get my hands on it. Sounds cool.
The big thing in playing first-person shooters with a mouse, I think, is that you're able to react incredibly quickly since you're just used to dragging your mouse over an entire screen in fractions of a second, which is exactly what a first-person shooter does when controlled with a mouse. But yeah, I'll just have to wait and see if it actually equals the responsivity of the mouse. So.
But there was also like the Steam machines. There were gonna be different ones, right, for different kinds of
Yes.
specs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Low specs, medium specs, and high specs, and the
No.
price
It was
is-
good. It was good, better, and best.
Oh yeah.
But
Of course.
are those always gonna be the same, or are those gonna be upgradable? Are they gonna?
They're basically just boxes that you get, and I think that you can just they're modular, so it's sort of like the
They're hackable.
yes, hackable and moddable. So just sort of like the Piston XI3 or something, where you can just screw it open and take out parts and put parts in, and then you can just upgrade the performance.
Cool. So it'll be like a
It's gonna be like a
easily
PC.
upgradable, I guess.
But, okay, but that's what I mean by do we need it? Like
I would rather just
I'm
have one.
not-
If I'm speaking honestly, I'd just rather have one setup.
one. I'd like
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But the big
One.
thing with a pre-made piece of hardware is that all of the parts are guaranteed to work together, since they're made to work together. And if you put stuff in there yourself, then by default you're always going to be slower for the same kind of hardware specs.
Yeah, but it's not like these days it's a lot of multi-platform
Yes.
game development, right? So it's not like we're gonna spend a lot of time getting it to work on that. We're just gonna release it for PC and make sure it works for PC, kind of.
I think that's Valve's task really. I think it's their decision, or it's their opportunity to take in trying to make sure that every developer for PC can actually just release their game for PC, and then be sure that everything works on their Steam box. For them, it's both an opportunity and a responsibility.
Yeah, but but Valve is gonna give like every developer a list, like it needs to work on these specs or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
it's
needs
gonna
and you need
make
to
things
pass these
complicated.
requirements for us to be able to release it on Steam and stuff. So it's gonna be like
Yeah.
if we're gonna work for PS4, Xbone, and then PC and PC and the Steam machine, it's just gonna be more requirements for the game developers to actually hit those.
True.
It's good
Yeah.
for the
One more
gamers though.
certification
It takes more
process.
time. I mean,
It's
Yeah,
good for the
It's
good
more
for the
bug
gamers.
fixing as well. It's like because you get all these bugs. It's like, oh, it's not working on the PS3, but it's working fine on the Xbox 360. So
Yeah, but
what's
I mean, like,
happening there?
in the end, developers are making games for the customers, the gamers.
Yeah, but
And
why not
for the
make it
gamers and the customers, they're making it easier for the gamers, the customers.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
But you're right. You're right. I see where you're coming from, Chris. It's just like another certification process, and
It is, and
you know, from a development standpoint, that just means more developers, more time spent, more
yep,
energy spent getting it out there, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, as from the gamer point of view, I'm like, yes,
yeah.
this is gonna be awesome. And as a developer, it's just like, oh shit, now I have to make this for Vita, Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation, PC, Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah. whatever this Mad Catz gaming console is gonna
Yeah,
be.
that's the one. It just came out of nowhere. What the hell is there? Another console? Where
But
did this
Ouya,
come from?
It's kind of starting to feel like the Wild Wild West of consoles again.
Yes.
Like everyone is just
back in the 80s.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Were
agree.
there rumors about Apple releasing a console?
Yes.
Like
yeah,
back in the day.
2 years back.
But why would they? Because now they got the iPhones and.
They kind of did. I mean, you
Yeah.
could call the iPod or iPad a console in some regards.
Well, you
Yeah.
can call it
Right.
a platform. I'm
Or a
not
platform,
really sure you
yeah.
can call it console.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a point there.
It's interesting. You guys read that article about Apple acting like a publisher finally and paying EA like tons of money to only release Plants vs Zombies on iOS.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, it was like the first time Apple has ever really acted like a publisher or a content provider. They lined PopCap's pockets to release it exclusively on iOS,
Wow.
which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's an interesting play.
The thing I remember most about that presentation on E3 is the guy that presented it.
The jump.
Yeah, the jump.
Peggle!
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, we saw that at the office. People were excited. They liked it.
Excited about Peggle?
No. We were also waiting for. I think it was around the same time, like the Division announcement.
Yeah.
That's what they
Oh
were.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's true.
Soon it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Division was probably just like an hour or two later than that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right at
Crazy.
the end of all the presentations was the division.
I was super drunk when that. I was so nervous the whole night, and then I just drank, man.
Were you at the office or were you at home?
I think
the office.
everyone was in the
Nice.
office.
Everybody was
I saw
there,
some
man.
pictures.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I bet. That's so cool, man. What was the environment like when they announced it? It's just that must have been amazing to see.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I was just happy because like Assassins crashed and froze and Dice had problems, right? And we were like, it's gonna go bad, man.
Yeah.
My God, but it went well. It was good.
Yeah, man. That was the highlight of my show, I think.
Crimson Dragoon didn't have any audio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
bad.
yeah, that was-
It was so
Oh,
bad.
man.
And they just kept on playing instead of like putting it on pause.
Yeah, I would have restarted it. I was like, stop, and then
Yes.
go again.
Yeah,
Because
there's
that's
so
what
many
Dice
problems.
did that, right? They did that.
Yeah, they actually did restart their demo.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
And they told the audience to shut up.
Okay, but that's. I mean,
yeah,
there's
it's like-
a lot of press there, and they shouldn't behave like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's childish. They shouldn't have done that. I mean, they were
Yeah.
bullying, and they were. It's stupid.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. That was really childish.
yeah.
I agree.
It only
It's
takes
like
one
gaming.
guy though. It's like it only takes one person to do that. So.
It's just gaming journalism, man. It seems like such an infantile industry sometimes, and sometimes it's
Indeed.
really good. It's cool to see it grow, I guess. I really like Polygon.
Oh yes.
It's nice to see like more mature news outlets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post-
Yeah,
more
So
mature.
Polygon is good, but didn't they release the article for Dragon's Crown as well? Which they was it them that they were complaining about the sexist?
Oh yeah. Indeed. It was.
Gave it like a way low score because the women were portrayed to be
That's right. That's
like
right.
the way they were drawn wasn't like. I was like, okay, so that's that universe, okay, so Women in that universe look like that. Okay, just accept it.
Move past it.
Yeah.
It's like
What's the
artistic
game
past
about?
it.
It doesn't
It's
matter how they look.
artistic freedom, and for one thing, you're a game reviewer, so focus on the game, not on
Yes.
the art.
I agree.
So, yeah.
That was the one that they took off like huge amounts of points for. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just
Like-
a stupid reason. I mean, what's the review? What's a review? I mean, it's a recommendation, I guess. And
That's a really broad definition that people are not really sure about what it actually is, I guess.
yeah, but it's like if you give a game a 10, it's the highest recommendation you can give a game. Like
Yes.
I recommend this to a friend, it's the highest I recommend this to you.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say to you like I recommend this game, but the women look weird.
Yes.
And you shouldn't play it because the women look weird in the game. It's a stupid thing. I mean,
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's actually a very good point.
I think the whole thing had to do with the whole with sexism.
I think people are just way too upset about.
I mean,
those.
the same thing happened. Like, to be fair, the same thing happened with the new Star Trek, where the girl just randomly took her clothes off,
Yes.
just because.
Who?
Yeah. Some
What is this
lady.
game?
No, I think it's talking about the movie, I guess.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so it happens in movies as well, and I mean, it's a pretty noble thing to do, I think, for journalists, like trying to actually bring it to the light that it is a problem, and women are sexualized everywhere in media and stuff like
I
that.
I agree, but there's like I don't know. I'm not really sure, man. To be honest, it's just a heavy discussion to have.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it is.
That's like the exact same discussion that carries through in pretty much any form of media. Is in commercials you have the very same sexualization in any kind of movie, in any kind of visual medium. You always have the sexualization of women, and why? Because it sells. And that's the only reason that it actually exists, is because it sells. So,
I mean, men in video games usually they're like Duke Nukem. A lot of them.
They all look the same. They all look the same.
It look maybe they don't have big muscles, all of them lately.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to be on both sides of it.
No, there's a certain point where it comes to like taking off points for a game's controversial yet successful art style is the problem I have.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's where it really boils down. They're not reviewing that as much as they are trying
Yes.
to, tell people if it's a fun game or not. Like
Yeah.
the art style was successful in that it got people to talk about it, which you could probably argue was the entire reason that they did that, right?
yeah, you can make an argument out of that. It's true.
Yeah. I don't know.
It looks weird. I mean, I don't know if you guys have played it,
No.
but they have some really funky animations in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sprites or whatever, I think, but they have like, I think like one of the warrior girls or whatever. It's like the boobs are just going when they run. It's like, I mean, it's a little bit over the top, and I can kind of see what they're getting at, but I just found it funny. It's not like, I don't know. I didn't take it that seriously, I guess, but...
Well, I don't think you're meant to take it seriously. So, I mean, to be honest, it's a side-scrolling hack and slash beat 'em up that is completely. I mean, why would you take it seriously? It's a piece of entertainment software. I don't, by definition, I don't take that kind of stuff seriously. I think about what they're trying to tell you as a story, but I mean that's about it. So.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just overthink things. It's like you're playing a game and a lot of people just go like, hey, what kind of message are you trying to send here? Not everyone is trying to send a message. It's some people are just trying to make a good game, like a game that is fun to play. And yeah, sometimes you need to just move past that.
I do think people should be taking more responsibility, though, and
Yes.
and I do think this is something we should reserve for a later podcast. Not something. It's not something you just squeeze into a middle of something. It is a big problem. It doesn't matter what your opinion on it is. It is a problem, and but we can talk about how it is a problem, what we can do about it, and.
Well,
some of
maybe
that
we should get
will-
like a female perspective on this as well.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
all
it's true.
guys
Yeah.
talking about it. I mean, I don't know.
Incredibly hard to find though. It's like I've been trying to get a female guest on the podcast, and it's not many
That's-
of them answer. So
They're around.
Are you being creepy?
no. It's like I just for some reason most of my network is just male. I don't really know why. Maybe it's just
I don't know, man.
maybe
Yeah.
by chance or anything. I don't know.
I was actually waiting for Valve to announce some kind of new IP.
Yeah, me too.
I was really hoping for that, man.
I was really hoping for Team Fortress 3, to be honest, or anything.
I want something new though. Like that's not new.
Well, anything along those lines, really.
And we all know Valve doesn't release 3.
Threes, yes. or maybe they just avoid the number 3 since like Global Offensive is, I don't know, 4 or something. Or is Global Offensive not 3?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah, it is. At least
Yeah.
it's more than 2. So anyway,
But what's Condition Zero? I mean,
you have Condition 0, then you have Source, and then you have Global Offensive. So that's 3. Yeah.
Is Condition 0 where Valve took over?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No. I have no idea.
That's so long ago.
It had like a single player thing, right?
I think so.
Yes.
I used to remember it to be weird, and they had this like new weapon animations and all kind of weird stuff that I didn't like. Oh well, way back. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to see something new. Valve's been mostly working on first-person shooters. I mean, they should work with what they're best at, but I really want to see something new, man.
Well, they're still working on something. I mean, they have tons of artists and game developers there doing something. They're not just sitting there playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Although that sounds awesome. We'll hear. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we hear something about it.
Yeah.
I hope.
I think some of their focus was now for a long time Dota 2. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's been a big focus for them since like they were working up to the international championship, which is now behind us, and did set a couple of world records, including most viewed online stream ever, or something.
Yeah.
So, or
Wow.
at least for a video game. So, but still, I mean that's pretty impressive. So they just blasted League of Legends out of the water like it's nothing.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, really.
Yeah.
It's because it's so accessible now as well. Like
Yeah,
to
it's
Twitch,
free.
you can get it on everything. I used to have my pad and just sit on the sofa and watch it. It's
Yes, Twitch.
really
yeah.
good. It's really good.
Yes, and it's free, of course. So I
Yeah.
mean, there's that.
I'm not sure how I haven't downloaded that yet, or tried that.
But
Dota?
it's also,
Yeah, Dota.
well, it's
I don't know.
enjoyable. It's enjoyable. I've played it for. I have no idea how many hours. I think I'm up to 250.
Oh man.
That's enough. But it's
Yeah.
like the perfect game. Like if you have a free hour, then it's like the perfect game to play because it
How
just
do you
yeah.
even have
I just-
time?
I don't think I've played that game for more than like 100 hours since I was like 14. I mean, I'm playing a lot of games, but I just can't get myself to play so many hours in a game these days. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get bored easily. There's no magic left when you're
I
a
think
developer.
it's more about like me wanting to experience more, and I don't
Yes.
think I have time to do it.
Yes.
So I just rush my way through and like okay, try this next.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I do have that kind of feeling as well. But the thing is, when I sit myself down to play a game, that doesn't happen a lot. Like I really have to sit myself down and say, hey, I'm gonna take a night off, and I'm gonna play this game, and I'm gonna play it for 4 hours because I know that's how long it will take me to sort of realize that I've been playing it for 4 hours.
When do
Yeah.
you usually play games, Mattias? Like, what time range do you go? Are you like a late night gamer?
Not really. It depends really on what kind of day of the week it is. If I have a Friday night off, then usually it's a Friday night where I just sit myself down and play, Dishonored or something. I don't know. I haven't played Dishonored in a while.
You never finished it. It's not that long.
I have never finished it. I
10
know
hours.
it's not long.
I've never finished it either.
I did finish
Never finished.
Bioshock Infinite in 2 days, so that was
Never finished that one. I'm a big fan of getting 3/4 of the way through the game.
Yes,
Mhm,
yeah.
same here. I hate
like-
finishing games.
I like all of it until they resolve the problem. Like, oh, now I'm bored.
Yeah. It's like
I mean, I really dislike the whole feeling, like you know when you're reading a book, it's like you finish reading it, and you feel like you look around, like was I the only person who experienced this? Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
a sadness of sorts.
For me lately, it's been like, okay, let's play a game. I spend 5 hours trying to mod the game, and then it's like when I was gonna replay Skyrim, I spent like 5 hours finding every mod I could
Oh, yeah,
find.
yeah.
Spent like 5 minutes in the game, then got bored.
Yes.
It's the same. I tried Mass Effect now, right, the third one, and I'm like, oh cool, there are lots of texture mods and stuff, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I spent like a minute in the game, and then I'm like, I'm bored. I
I
don't know.
do the same thing. It's only a matter of time before I take to Twitter and start yelling about poor documentation. This is the worst wiki ever.
It's like, wow. Well, actually, the 3/4 thing actually extends, Victor, to the games that we play with the two of us, because I think we're about 3/4 of the way through Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4, Dead
Can you
Island
play
Riptide,
Dead Island Riptide,
Prime
and-
2.
Yes.
Wow.
And also a bit of Payday 2, and I think we actually did get through 3/4 of the way Saints Row 3rd, actually.
Yep.
That was-
And
so-
same thing with Sanctum 2.
yes.
We got to the last level.
Sanctum 2, we got to the last level, we could
Yeah.
not finish it. It's
I just get
ridiculous.
bored.
We did beat Dead Space 3 though recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I hopped on and watched you guys play that game. That looked awesome.
yeah.
It's another one of those games that I don't think I'd play for myself, but it's fun to watch other
But,
people
but
play.
again, that's like
Sure.
one of the things that we actually decided, like, let's sit down and just finish this game. And
Mhm.
we're done.
Maybe if you guys had a Twitch stream
We do.
We do.
with when you
They do.
Yes.
Yeah. We're
maybe you
streaming.
should market that more. It would be cool to just watch you guys.
We,
play.
we,
Yeah,
we were,
maybe,
like,
maybe we
tweeting it.
should become the next Jokescast. GameDevCast.
But they just didn't they? Like focus on Minecraft only though. Like. for-
Yeah, well, Minecraft
forever.
and now pretty much anything, to be honest.
Yep.
But they're making their own game now, right?
Yeah, they were, though we haven't heard anything.
They
from them
actually
yet.
are. They I found the developer of the game
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube and it's publishing updates like
Oh.
bi-weekly.
Oh really?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
looking
should-
pretty cool.
You should really send that over that link. I would be very interested.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you guys should
finishing
just
games.
stream everything you do, because it's cool.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
always. It's not always one of those things where you should actually. We actually have to sit down and say, hey, we're going to stream this, and sometimes we don't really feel like it. It's like random. The most random stuff happens when you're not streaming things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never as easy as it sounds like it is to get started, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But Matt, are you really getting Grand Theft Auto for the PS3?
Yes.
I mean, there were rumors going like next year it's gonna come for.
Yeah,
PC.
it's gonna come for PC, but I do still want to play Uncharted, and I do still want to play
But
The
those
Last of
are
Us.
coming for PS4 though, aren't they?
No.
Like on the PlayStation Network, maybe not immediately, but maybe a year or two after, because now we have a lot of PS1, PS2 games
yeah,
on
but
PS3.
I don't want to wait 2 years because by then I will be playing Destiny.
Oh, come on.
I want it now.
You don't know that.
Okay. Well, let's play Destiny together. They will have Twitch integration into PS4,
Yeah.
right? I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let's stream it
Oh,
then.
sweet.
Like we play and we'll have fun.
Yes.
Yep. And we're gonna put up a Minecraft server.
For no actual reason at all, but still,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put up a server. Wasn't there also the other game with the giant mech robots? That was pretty awesome. The mech
You mean the
robots?
triangle dude?
Like the game where they actually drop down on the robot. And
Oh yeah, Titanfall.
Titanfall, yeah.
Titanfall.
That looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Looks alright.
Yeah, it looks alright. I mean,
Looks alright.
But
It's no Division.
No. Oh, stop it!
I don't know.
You. Like, his face is really like, oh, stop it, you.
nah.
Nah.
Come on.
But
Nice.
funny though, like spend all your time working on like a next gen game. Visually, every other game looks like crap. It's like
One thing I've noticed is that games don't have nearly as many puddles as they are in the future. It's gonna be
Yeah.
puddles everywhere in the
puddles
future.
everywhere,
Everywhere,
and
reflections everywhere. So every reflective surface that they can get away with, just do it.
Yep. PBR, man.
Yeah.
yeah, man, it does a lot. Honestly, it's you can. I mean, I can't wait till they have more engines supporting it.
Yes.
Mm.
It's gonna be
Yeah, I
cool.
know. I
Yeah.
know, it's gonna be sweet. It's
Yeah.
the future. It's amazing how excited everybody gets when you talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody in our industry is just like,
Tell
tell me more. I want to know. Come on.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Great.
Give me more. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the big leap normal maps were though, like into this generation.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's true.
It's it's like a slightly different kind of specular gloss map, whatever that makes it look a lot better. But it's more of the engine is doing more of the work than the artist
Yes.
did when the normal map came into picture. Because
Yeah.
then it was like a complete reset of your workflow. Now it's just like you have to modify your workflow a bit.
But it's also like you don't get that over bright thing that easily happens when you work in every other engine. You make like a really whitish concrete thing, and when you look at it in engine, it's like, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But like if you make a whitish concrete thing that's supported with physically based rendering, it looks good. It looks like a real one.
Yeah, and the big thing there
That's what I
is
can't
that
wait
it looks
for.
awesome in pretty much any sort of lighting condition where you have to, like in the current generation of engines, you sometimes still have to adjust your maps to look good in the lighting conditions. So,
Yeah.
Or make different like instances of the materials with less or more specular and stuff.
yeah. So that's one thing that PBR will completely get rid of, so that's good.
Mm.
Maybe.
Well,
probably.
yeah.
Who knows? It's just going to introduce a whole bunch of new things that we're going to have to figure out. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting to
That's
see
gonna be
voxels return though. It's like voxels have been coming back for a while, but now it's like they're really back in a big way.
Yes.
But it's-
oh man, I saw the coolest game ever like the other day. Like a mix between Minecraft and DayZ, and it's voxel based.
7 Days to
Oh
Die.
yeah.
7
that's
Days
so
to Die,
goddamn
was it?
cool.
Yeah.
Which game is that? What is that?
7
Tell
Days.
me.
What is that called?
It's 7 Days to Die.
Yeah,
Seven-
seven.
it's
7 ways to die.
No, 7 days.
Yes.
Oh, 7 days.
Send
Oh.
link.
Days to Die.
So it's pretty much the way I described it when I first saw it was Minecraft meets Half-Life meets what was it else? DayZ meets whatever. So it's like the graphics of Half-Life with like the gameplay of I guess it's sort of the gameplay of DayZ, and then you have Minecraft interface.
And it actually looks kind of good.
Yes.
It's like it's not the Division, but it looks very good.
What's with you guys?
Everything looks like it has just a Fong map on it. That's all I see when I look at it.
Yeah.
It's like everything just has like really standard shading.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
But it's,
But I like
the-
the simple stuff. honestly.
the trademark of voxel-based games is that they usually look really bad. So when you actually see a game that has shadows and is specular, and it's just like whoa.
But I mean, the most impressive voxel-based game right now, I think, is still EverQuest Next.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 When you can make like a round sphere shape with voxels, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
EverQuest
That's-
Next isn't that the top-down Diablo clone with physics? Or am
But
I?
it's not top down now.
It's
though.
not top down.
Because
It's
there was
just,
one.
Over the no,
Mm.
it's not over the shoulder. It's third person, way back. You just Google it. They're gonna release
Yeah,
like EverQuest
I am
Landmarks soon.
googling it on the line.
It's EverQuest 3, pretty much, with voxels.
It looks really cool. I mean, I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was blown away. The guy that made their Vertex, or I'm sorry, their voxel integrations in their editor is a pretty interesting guy too. He has a blog.
Yeah, that
And,
blog is so
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, he's super open about everything he does, it's really interesting to read about how he develops these things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty
I wish
nice.
I remembered it.
I do see
think
that
like
there's
The characters are awesome.
There's like a screenshot that kind of looks like Elizabeth from Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, she does look. Yeah, it's kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
Yeah.
Happy accident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
voxel.
Looks pretty nice though. Like I do remember that CryEngine 3 kind of used voxels a little bit, but it was so ridiculously buggy that they ended up not really using it that much and just going for static meshes. But voxels are now back with the CPU power sort of increasing on current PCs, so it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the future of it. It's awesome to see so many talented developers hitting it so hard.
Yeah.
And,
Especially when there's like one guy making everything. It's freaking amazing.
yeah, that guy blows me away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at this! I just created this voxel engine that can do everything. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
like giving Legos to people. It's amazing.
Yeah, that guy's incredible.
Yeah.
He's been working on it for like 2 or 3 years though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that kind of technology is always the best. Like you integrate big pieces of technology that someone's been working on in their spare time, and then suddenly they come out with it. And it's like, oh my god, did you just solve every single problem that we've had for like 10 years? It's like, yeah.
But they have like this. I think they're gonna release like EverQuest Landmark, which is like a sandbox that people can build their own
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
stuff in, right? And
Oh.
if you build like an awesome castle, I think I'm not 100% sure. I think that you can take that creation and you can sell it. I
Yes,
think.
yeah, it's sort of like the Steam Workshop. I've read about it. It's sort of like the Steam Workshop where you can actually put your stuff up for submission into the actual game, and if it does make it into the game, then it gets submitted to the actual server. I don't know whether you can sell it, but
Yeah.
I do know that your creation can be considered for input into the actual game server, where it will be persistent.
It is. It is amazing.
Yeah, so that's pretty nice. And everything is destructible, so you can actually put down a town, and you can start building a town, and then a sort of camp of ogres can set up camp nearby, and then they can attack your town while it's still under construction. And if you can hold them off until the city is completed, then the city will be there, but it can still be there can still be armies coming for the city, so the city can be flattened again. So everything is
That's
really,
sweet.
really organic, and that's really nice to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking cool.
Sounds like
I
the
like
future.
I like it.
of
I like
MMO.
it when developers take a step back and just what do we have? They look at what we have and then just do simple stuff and just make awesome instead.
Yes.
I'd rather have like boxes and stuff flying around than having super next gen graphics all the time. Honestly.
I'm sorry to go off topic here, but Chris,
It's my
what
personal
are you
opinion.
into? It looks like
Yes,
the
you know.
probe from the Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like
Jabba Hutt,
your
with
microphone.
Boba Fett, whatever.
Yeah. So like his microphone is like a sort of 90s disco music microphone.
Oh.
It's like, what?
What?
What is that thing? Yeah. Oh, so it's like one of those DJs, like one of those jazz singers or whatever. It's like
Yeah. It is really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You sound like the host of a late night talk show.
oh
radio
yeah,
show.
Jay Leno or something.
That deep breathy voice. Hello,
Oh, you haven't heard everything.
Hello, my friend.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I use my deep voice sometimes when I need to have the respect at work to get the respect.
It's working.
It's
It doesn't work at work. No respect.
You kind of sounded like the like tampon advertisement guy.
You know that.
Like the one with the sharks.
What? I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
It's like
I guess we don't get that commercial in the US.
Yeah.
But I like it. You sound like the tampon commercial guy.
Yeah.
Oh, just don't let me be known as that guy.
Too late. This is going on the
man.
internet, man. Oh man, yeah. So, kind of last subject of this the podcast episode is Soma. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
have seen it, but it's
Yep.
looking incredibly awesome. It's
Mhm.
wow.
Amnesia in space.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it does look awesome. That's exactly what I want. It's actually exactly what I want, and too scared to play it.
Yeah.
It's a
And
weird
the best
combination.
thing about putting it in space is that you won't be thinking every time you see a window, like, why don't I just jump out there?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Pretty
That's a
much.
good point. I guess maybe you will. We don't know what the setting actually is, do we?
Well,
When it's on a spaceship.
Well,
Or
from
something.
what
Is it
we've
on a spaceship?
seen- What we've seen
Yeah,
for
it looks
now
like it.
is the gameplay demo looks like it's it looks like it's on a spaceship, and there's like this part of that thing that is like decorated like to look like it's underground or something. So you have like an
That's what I
asylum.
thought, yeah.
You start off in something that looks like an asylum, but then you end up in something that looks more like an alien spaceship from the Xenomorphs.
Like a Geiger spaceship.
Yeah, sort of.
H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot like
the graphical leap they've done, it's looking really good. I mean,
Yeah.
considering they haven't really done sci-fi before. I know they've done like industrial, gritty stuff, but
Mm.
Well,
It's looking good.
as far as we've seen, it looks incredibly promising.
Yes.
So it's looking really good. Like the thing that they're best at is they are ridiculously good at creating an atmosphere that actually makes you fearful of whatever can come at you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they tend
that's-
to make you really afraid of the game, which is good.
it's like that.
And they're very good at creepiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like jump scares, but creepiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery is
yeah.
the thing that they're best at.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah,
sound
but, like-
design is their best. Like that's what they're best at, honestly. I remember
Yeah.
playing the Penumbra games, and they had this weird spider crawly sound which creeped me out all the time.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
And the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
Well, it seems
The
like
dogs,
now
yeah.
they're really exploring somewhat more psychological avenues with their game. They're
Mm.
really going into the more esoteric fields with.
Well, kind of more existential things.
Yes.
Like the closing words of the trailer, like ergo sum.
Yeah.
I think therefore I am.
Therefore I am. Yeah, that's.
Mm.
They're really going for. Pretty much just challenging our basic idea of philosophy. Which is really.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's so cool to see,
So
especially in that setting.
yeah, and so pretty much like the thing that I like most is so far the world that they've set up to for the game to be set in with the live action films is they've actually sort of dabbled in the subject where you can actually start asking yourself what the definition of being alive is, because the
Yeah.
machine actually acts like a person, but you wouldn't say that a machine could be alive since it's a machine. But you really start
Yeah.
doubting that fact when you see that film. It's
It's like hardcore Portal.
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was hardcore porno.
Hardcore Portal. No.
There was another game called what's it called? Routine.
Yes.
Yeah, routine.
Oh man, routine. We've
Also
actually,
Amnesia in Space, which it was CryEngine, I think.
It does see, yeah, it's UDK,
What UDK?
and
UDK
it does seem like a lot more jump scare, like to make a comparison, I would say it's more like Outlast than Amnesia.
Outlast is a lot of jump scare. I don't really.
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
Or
it's
Dead
like
Space.
you're getting chased by stuff, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
jump scares. I'm hoping it's got more depth, but it seems like more horror game, like scary game more than yeah.
I love the design of that game. That's what I'm most excited
it's
about.
Yeah.
I want to
gorgeous.
jump through and look at all of their weird '90s retro machines,
Yeah, it's like
like
the
Yeah.
Space
tape deck
Station
inspired
looks so
computers.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
that was
about Space
awesome.
Station looks just nice. It's
There should be
Every
more
time I watch
sci-fi
the
games
trailer
like
and
that.
stuff. Oh yeah, totally right. Isn't that
And
a sweet setting?
there should be co-op games like that. Oh shit, one generator is down. Could you head to maintenance and check that out, Victor? That would be awesome. Thank you. You stay here and
well, actually, Dead Space 3 actually really did that in a very good way. In that there are certain parts of the game where you actually get two very different gameplay experiences. Because at one point, like Victor was just seeing my character like going crazy, and I was seeing a completely different level that was centered around my dead son, where like
Well, I mean, like the whole thing about that was like you were just started talking about stuff like, oh man, we should go there. Like where? Like over there to the woman. Like, what are you talking about? There's no woman there. Like, over here.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's so cool.
Actually,
Oh man.
And there was like this room in the game that was completely decorated with like these giant wooden toy soldiers, and Victor didn't see those, and I was like,
Yeah,
"They're right over there."
you were so freaked out. You were so freaked out. You were like, seriously, dude, we should stop playing. I don't want to play anymore. What are you talking about? Is this like an empty
That's
maintenance room?
amazing.
There's
I've
nothing
been
here.
waiting for
It's
stuff like that forever.
That's so awesome.
Oh, it's
Man,
so freaky.
I
I've
wanna-
never been more freaked out by a game than Dead Space 3 actually had me going. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
'Cause
Yeah.
usually,
I was having a lot of fun there, making fun of you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, usually horror games, multiplayer or co-op, it's not usually scary.
because you have a second person with you, but
Yeah, and they're always the guy, you know, who just runs and just like,
yeah.
you know, ruins the like the immersion and stuff. But yeah, I wish there were more games to actually try to like separate characters and have them
Yeah,
experience
I mean, like
things together.
the best part about that was that Dead Space was actually it felt like they made the game based around co-op.
Yeah.
And like the single player wouldn't have been as much. Like it seemed like the single player was just like a dummy AI companion that just resurrects you, whatever. Whereas the co-op is where the game actually is.
Yeah.
And it worked really, really well because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
scary as hell.
Oh yeah. There were parts where it's like completely freaked out. It's like nicely done. If you can do that in a co-op game, like completely suck in both players at the same time, that's
Or
an
make the
achievement.
other player think like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
It's not happening.
That's like the most appealing thing I've heard about that game.
Yeah, man.
If the reviewers had mentioned that was something that was part of it, I would have been way more interested.
Oh yeah.
I think. I mean, it is a beautiful game as well, especially like when you play co-op and you get the chance to like step out of a space shuttle and you look at like a wreckage of a ship or whatever, and then you jump off out in space together, which is a really awesome feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed, the space parts are kind of nice. It's like it's a good way to pace the game since they're kind of a lot slower than the other parts. But they did like the final parts where you are sort of underground, which I'm not gonna. I don't know. How long does it go that Dead Space 3 came out? Can I spoil?
Well, it's been like, you maybe you shouldn't spoil like the ending, but like the last environment you can talk about, of course. Like
Yeah. So basically, you're pretty much in underground.
wait, spoiler alert.
Right. Yeah. So
Take off your headphones right now if you don't want to hear this.
I'm gonna try to not to spoil anything. It's just an underground cavern, but there's like a lot faster paced gameplay in there. So it's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. So yeah.
And they actually introduce some cool mechanics right at the end of the game.
Yes.
And that's not something you see a lot.
No. One thing that I did notice is that Dead Space 3 seems to use a lot of smaller mechanics where you have like these mini games that are.
It felt very, very Japanese in terms of design.
Yeah.
Like Japanese games have a lot of like one-time usage mechanics. Like at this time in the story, you can use this button to do something really, really cool, but you will never be able to use it again.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that was it.
I like it, man. I like games that do that. It's really nice. That's why I really like the Uncharted series. There's parts of it in the second Uncharted game in particular where it just feels so perfect.
Yeah.
Just like these one-time use mechanisms in their gameplay and their story that drive it that are just fantastic. It's good. But I didn't know they did that.
Uncharted 2 was amazing. I never really felt like there was a low in that game. You know, you have up beats and you have like high beats and you've got low beats. I never really felt like there was a low one. It was always high, which I found it amazing because there was always something happening, always in the action somehow.
Yeah.
In a lot of games, I just feel like it's too much, but I think that game they made it work really well.
Yeah.
They balanced the humor really well too, to make it not too like serious in those points.
Yeah.
Which I think they didn't do as well in the first and third one, but
Yeah. The third one, I don't know. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I don't know.
It seems like nobody liked it, to be honest.
I liked it. I'm that guy doing it.
The one guy on the planet that liked it.
No, I mean,
That's another game that
but
I
it's
beat like
like
90% of it, and then I just quit playing.
Oh yeah. That's,
Nah, I like the game. I mean, but the second one was still the best one. It's an amazing game. The second one.
So good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played the second one non-stop for like a
Well, what I'm most impressed at with, even though I've never played them on my own console, I have played them on a friend's console, so I have played them. What I'm most impressed with is the technical achievement that they actually did in bringing the visuals out as much as they are. Because it's still the console, right? So it's still the same. It's still the same PS3, and they really pushed the graphics to a point where it's incredible that they can get that kind of visuals out of PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it's.
Well, they did the same thing with The Last of Us, so I mean. Incredible.
Gotta get
graphics.
that game.
Oh yeah.
The Last of Us.
Well,
it's amazing.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I was gonna borrow that from you, Chris.
Yeah, man. I have it like lying around here somewhere.
I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
It is amazing, that game.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my top 10 this decade. For sure.
I think easily. I think it's easily in the top 10 games ever made, really.
Yeah, it's so good. I recommend
has received
everybody to
an
play that.
incredible amount of praise. So, yeah.
It is like the perfect harmony between story and gameplay. It never, like Beyond Two Souls, it's just too much story, and and Left 4 Dead is too much gameplay.
Pretty much
Last
any
of Us.
Valve game, to be honest.
The Last of Us is amazing. It's the best game.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm excited for the DLC. They're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm like, I don't want to lend it to Victor because they're gonna they're gonna release the DLC soon. I'm gonna be, I want to play that.
Worst case, he's gonna beat it in like a week and be like, "Dang,
Yeah.
good week."
Yeah.
The DLC is supposed to take place from the brother's perspective, which I think is interesting.
Oh, really?
Spoil.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. But
I didn't know that. Thank you. No.
DLC ruined.
DLC ruined. Yeah.
Now I know what's gonna happen.
Nice.
No, I
I'm
already
excited
knew.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor, you should just go steal it from him.
Just break in.
Nah, you can borrow it. It's fine.
Thank you.
You just have to, tell me to bring it to work, so you can.
Bring it to work tomorrow.
I can bring it to work tomorrow if you want to play it.
Hmm?
Cool. You should finish it.
Yeah, I will.
Not halfway this time.
No.
You guys work near each other?
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of near each
like
other.
200, 300 meters.
Wow.
Nice.
What, really?
Yeah.
No, that's a lead.
He had no idea.
It's like a kilometer. I don't
It's
know.
like a kilometer? Are you stupid? It's like across a square.
I don't know. I just walk outside, get into the bus, just drop off at work, and then go inside. I have no idea.
Oh man, that's great. I like the specific range there. It's like, yeah, we're always 273 meters apart.
Nice. Yeah. So on that note, now we know that Chris Can't tell distances. On that note,
At least the kilometer makes sense.
yes,
Mm.
or maybe a mile or something. Yeah, I don't know. So
Nobody knows what a mile is.
Nobody knows what a mile is. It's true.
It's probably like 30
It's 6
or 40
average gerbil
stone
penises.
throws. That's a lot of those things.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it.
Nice.
Oh my god. Weird measurement.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
On that kind of funny note, I think it's time to end this week. It's been just over an hour, so it's kind of nice. I have a couple announcements to make. There is no Indie Game of the Week this week. It's just going to be a bigger feature. I have no idea when it's going to be online, but be sure to watch out for it. It should be today or tomorrow. It's going to be soon as I can get it up there. It's a very big feature, so I'm very excited to say. I can't say what it's going to be, but it's big. Trust me. So
I know what it is.
yeah,
I know what it is.
Yeah, but it's going to be exciting. It's very exciting for us. So and of course there is a new web design. There's a new design for the website. So check that out. I'm gonna upload the newest design tonight. So that should be up online pretty soon.
Does it have the lens flares?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to add the lens flares in the Velociraptors.
The rollover lens flare? No!
No! And there's no Velociraptors or jet exhausts either, so it's
That's good. I hate Velociraptors.
What was on your shirt again?
Wait,
Yeah.
Stupid Velociraptors. Anyway.
Anyway. Yeah, on that note, I think it's time to end. That's pretty much everything that I had to announce. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for listening as well. So see you next time.
See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.